And welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So, my friends at Yarnspirations.com. We're going to start the assembly process of our octopus, where we're going to put the bottom half and the top half together. I'm recommending to you that when we do this, that we don't actually stuff this head until we get pretty much almost 6 of the legs done first, because the stuffing is going to follow anyway and it's going to be a hindrance. And then after you get 6 done, you're going to stuff and then finish the other 2. So what we need to do to begin the process is that we need to understand that one side of the tentacle is different than the other side. So one side has the single crochet going on and the other side is sewn together like that. So you'll notice that they all have a curve like that. You will notice that on yours. So let's take a look at the samples and see what we have ourselves going into next. So what we have to do is we have to orientate this bottom half to match the top half. Now it does actually matter, because this is my second take, and what I realized is that the tentacles actually turn in a way that has the spiral going on. So in this particular example is that this is considered the long side of the outside of the spiral. This is the short side. On the long side, we're going to do the single crochet join, and on the shorter side, we're going to do the sewing. So once you have the bottom then established like this, you're going to lay down the top. I recommend that we do not stuff this now until there's at least 6 of the tentacles fastened together, because the stuffing is going to follow anyway. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay down this and match the tentacle with itself. So it is the same information. And so you're going to be able to orientate this in a way that it matches all the way down. Okay, and from what I can tell in the photograph, and you can disagree with me, I don't think that they have these stuffed. I only think it's stuffed closer to here and to the head of your octopus. So what we're going to do is I'll show you how to attach these with a single crochet together join on the one side, and then I'm going to do all of that that you'll see, and then I'll also have the sewing together as well. So let's attach the longer side, so it's the outside, with a single crochet together join. So you're going to start off right at the connection spot right here and go to the connection spot on the other side. Okay, and any loose ends, when you get to them, just tuck it inside the legs so you don't see it. So you're just going to attach like that. So there's 2 strands, and then pull through the 2. That's a standing single crochet, and just evenly space out your single crochet along the side edge. So my recommendation is that don't go in between stitches, go into some chain work on the outside of the piece like that. If you go into spaces, it will open up and it'll be very obvious. So just stay within always some stitch work and never to a space itself. And so you're going to do one tentacle at a time. So if, because you're going to want to stuff it. So if you decide to sew all of the, or sorry, single crochet these all together, all 8 of them, you're not going to be able to get the stuffing in there. So you're going to want to be very strategic on how you're doing that. So just evenly space out your single crochet all the way to the other side, and you'll be able to tell if it's too much or too little. And I will see you at the end of this tentacle in a moment. Just a quick tip I'll leave for you. Once you get beyond where the stitches are sideways and then it turns like this, it's just a matter of matching stitch to stitch when it comes to the other parts. So it actually is a lot easier once you get beyond just this section right here. So I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. I don't have to think, I just got to slam it in some stitches. So I'm just finishing up one of the tentacles on the one side here, just matching stitch to stitch right to the very end. And done. So we're just going to just pull this through. So we'll just have a slight cut, and recommending that you use a tapestry needle to hide any loose ends that you'll have on any of this stuff. So even though one side of the tentacle is still open, you can probably just slide the straggler through there anyway, but I would just probably just lock it into position anyway. So just come on in, and you might want to just open this up and just go on the inside. And lock it to the inside of your tentacle. So you can at least do those to open those up. And you can probably also tie it into a little knot too to make sure it doesn't fall out as well. Okay, and so then you'll close out the other side of the tentacle with a whip stitch, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. So let me get that ready for you and I'll be right back. To sew the other side, just create that, just like you see. So just a slip knot. Okay, so the slip knot helps it not to fall out. So what you want to do is match the same tentacle that you have. Any loose ends, just kind of tuck it on the interior of that so it's out of your face, and just attach right to the join area and to the join here. And when you pull through that slip knot, and that will lock that. Toss the straggler to the interior of that same tentacle and just continually then sew across. So just make it look nice. So you would not have wanted to use white, because then it will not blend as well. I think the white is supposed to emulate tentacles from what I can see in the photograph. So you're just going to whip stitch across, and I'll see you at the end of this tentacle in a moment. So I'm close to the end of the tentacle, and once the chain actually started matching each other, it gets a lot easier, just like it did with the single crochet joining. Okay, nice and simple, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And go right to the end. So what I'm going to do right at the end is just tie a knot so it gets stuck. And then I'm just going to move this to the interior of the tentacle. And because it's blue, I'm going to stay within the blue side. And then just weave it back and forth on the blue. So I'm going to do all 6 the same way, and then what I'm going to do is I'll come back at that time and I will show you that I'm going to stuff it and then get that all prepared, because I just don't see doing it now because it's just going to be in my way. So that's it for now, and I will see you back here in a few seconds, but let me do some work ahead of time and put on some music and enjoy my crochet. So 6 of my legs have been prepared and completely done. And so I have the opening left. So I left enough so I can actually slip my hand in here. So what I want to do is I want to stuff the head. When you stuff the head, make sure you don't put so much in there that it's going to explode the stitches, but make sure it's nice and firm. And then finish then off the rest of the legs. Okay, all 2 of them. And if you have to keep on stuffing when you're doing that, now's your call to do that. So stuff your head, and I'll be back in a few moments from now. The other thing I'm doing as I'm stuffing, I'm just going a little bit portion down the leg. I don't want to go too far. I don't want to go to where it changes like this, but just so that when it's sitting, it has enough stability. So I'm just using my hand and just kind of pushing the stuffing into just the top part of the tentacles, like so. So do that as well. So I'm back, and the whole thing has been sewn together and also slips are single crochet. So everything is ready to go. So it's stuffed and fabulous. So what I'm going to do now is that I have to determine what I want to do with the eyes. So in the particular sample, the eyes are just off to the side, just like this. Okay, I have not secured the eyeball to the eyelid yet because I have to make a decision. And so what I want to do is that I want the loose end of this to be so that it will line up to the character like that. But you could have it like that, but you could also move it a little bit more forward as well. And also even just do something like this. So when you think about Finding Nemo with the, or Finding Dory, you realize that the octopus, its eyes are more closer, so it gives it a point of view. And also if you do something like this and you determine that you want to make the eyes cross like that, it's even cuter. But also when you cross the eyes on a character like this, it means that it's given the character a point of view. So you have to determine how you want to do that. So what I did is that it's just sitting inside a cup, and I need to figure out for myself how I want it to go. And what I'm going to do is, using this long tail, I'm going to go through the eye from side to side. So if I want to position the eye like this, I can. It doesn't matter. I'm going to still go through from side to side. And then once it's through, then I'm going to sew it to the character if you would like to do it the way that it is done within the character. So I'm gonna try to play with this idea a little bit. You could also just make it so that the eyes are more like that, more straight on, like that. Or just kind of just tilt it just ever so slightly to be offset like that. And then you can sew it to your little character. I think it does matter though, like you don't want one leg in front, because I think on these kind of octopus and stuff, that usually it has two legs to be able to work with. So if you want to add any eyelashes or anything to the outside rim, now's the time to do it. So what I'm going to do is make a decision on what I would like to do. It's kind of cute close together. I've seen people make this where it's kind of cute, and I might just tilt it in a little bit as well. So I'm going to make that decision, and then I will be back in just a few moments. So I made up my mind. I just want the eye to be a little bit more exposed on one side. And so I'm going to take that loose end, and as I told you, I'm going to put it through the eyeball itself, and that'll hold the eye in the socket. I can always change my mind if I don't like it. So I'm just going to go through the side, right through the eyeball, and right out to the other side, like that. And so that is going to hold that. And then I'm going to go back through and go down and straight back across, like that. And through the next one and through. So it's in the center a total of 3 times. So if I'm ready to put it in, I could do it like that. If I want to change the way that the eyelid is looking, no, I like it like that. And then I'm going to do the other eye before I sew it on. I'll do it in the same manner, but I want to do opposite. So the way that it's turning there, I'm going to want to do the other eye so it looks similar. I'm just going to cup it in. And by just rotating it up like this, it gives it a focal point as well. So it's pretty close. I'm looking at the distance between the safety eye. And then I'm just going to go back and forth a total of 3 times across the interior of the eye. Just stay within the blue so it's holding it. Through a different path, going the opposite direction on an angle down. A different path going up. And I really do want this loose end to be towards the center here so I can nestle it into the character. Okay, so that's going to be in permanently. And I got to determine if that's going to be good enough. And then what I'm going to do is that once I'm happy with it, I'm going to take this and go through the body of the octopus several times in order to make that happen. So I'm looking to where this is lined up. And just going to attach to the back and come back through the eyelid itself. You can go a little bit deeper if you want to as well. And that's going to hold it back. And before you go too far, grab the other one and position that eye in as well and determine if you would like to do it the same way. So now I'm just going to sew the back of the eyelid to the character itself. So what I normally do with these kind of things, if the eyes are kind of looking all screwy, I like to put and attach with a strand and attach right in the center to hold the eyes in a position that makes sense. So I want to go all the way around that and really attach the one eye in, and then we're going to play with the other eye to make it work. So the one eye is now permanently in. I'm going to wear this on my hat, so what I'm going to do afterward is that I'm going to position it on a hat and then turn the eyes a little bit down so that when I'm wearing it, it's actually looking like it's looking at somebody. Okay, so we're going to fasten the other eye in. Just like that. So the eyelids just give it a sense of expression, really. And so, you know, what makes these kind of quirky is that if the eyes are not perfectly matched and they look kind of wonky, you know, that's up to you on your creativity on what you would like to do. So you need to secure the next eye into position and go all the way around the eye. And then at the end, what I'm going to do is come back around and then attach it together so it'll look like it's closed in like that. And I might just, when I attach it, I might just turn it into a cross-eyed octopus as well. So I've gone almost all the way around the eye. So I'm going to go to the center point where they would connect just within the eyelid itself, because it's the same color, and attach it to the other eyelid that is directly across. And when I do this, I got to be careful that they look decent. So I'm just doing it so that the eyes will always stay together. Okay, you don't have to be crazy with the attaching of that. And then we're just gonna attach it from behind. So my octopus is now complete, whether you wanted the eyes on the side or in the front. I want to make this as like a fascinator kind of concept. So I'm kind of wearing it like that. It's kind of ridiculous, but I'm doing some kind of whale watching and it's kind of fun and ridiculous, and you know, life is short to be normal. That's it for now, and we hope you've had a good time making your octopus.